Like, honestly, could you imagine, like, working in this?
Original console.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us. We're looking for a way to defeat the demon. We may have found one.
Like, how long has this been going on? Swarm.
Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
The others will have a lot easier time getting here.
I'm gonna stay out of your way this time. You do your thing. Well, that's good. Oh, another one of this. Frick.
Well, we have to find out.
Okay. Or this way.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the Blue Light. It's Ourea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Ourea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them.
Thousands?
Several new elite units have already been released.
Huh?
To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core chamber. I will try to raid the signal strength. One has been exposed, but I am
Unauthorized protocol returned. Scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
What will happen to the spirit if we do?
Uh, gone?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there.
Oh.
Hephaestus. The daemon.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it left it unguarded.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to throw everything it has at us.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself.
Oh.
But I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Then lead us into battle.
I'm not excited for this. What is that? Is that a heart? Hello?
Keep moving towards the core.
Okay. I said I'm not feeling this, Aloy.
Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it. Cyan said something about restraints. Is that what the tower is for? Either need to destroy this thing or avoid it.
Okay. Oh, you are fire.
The new unit that Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy.
Yep, fire claw. Knew it. Where you at? Wide. Did it just try and sit on me? It really is trying to sit on me. Get up, Aloy. It sat on me and I wasn't paying attention. Yep. Ow, ow, ow. Aloy. Need to take out the Watchers first. Sheesh! Rats! No, that works. Ouch. You walking into it. Thank you. Bro, this is... Cool. It's almost dead. We got this.
Critical threat detected. Autonomous defenses inoperative. Running our network.
Heck just happened? Oh, don't tell me there's another round.
Maria! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
I told you she's gonna get killed. Oh,
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained.
are you good?
Did
you pee yourself a little bit?
A chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free.
You got a little nosebleed there.
You must escape.
Huh. Oh. Oh.
My sister!
She's dead. Oh,
This
frick.
entire place is gonna go. Aratak. Aratak. Aratak.
Sir?
Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here.
Oh, jeez.
Let's go. Let's go!
Well, don't tell me I have to run out of here. Oh, I do. Uh-oh. Oh.
One of those?
It's the only way!
Bro, just hold on. Come on, big guy. Good catch. Just a little bit further.
Get me up top, Aratak! Now!
And you're strong.
I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Oh, you just had one this whole time?
Great Manukai.
That's how you start avalanches, Aloy.
Rhea's gone. What of Cyan?
Gone.
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the Shaman's Path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
You mean is it over? Do I have to physically go there myself?
All of my interactions with Ourea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again.
Isn't she sweet?
Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
Okay.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Ourea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational
That was a lot of mumbo jumbo. What the heck does that mean?
decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron and took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes,
A lot of time.
if only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleague, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow, years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Okay.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback,
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
undoubtedly,
Why do you keep changing colors?
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes, I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It
That's a
forced
big
me to
word.
follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan.
Oh.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
I understand what AIs are. Well,
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
okay. I mean, that's really all I wanted to know. Like, I'll leave this whole conversation in there because it's kind of interesting. But, I mean,
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So, there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Billions were displaced, and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population.
Holy crap.
Until the clawback.
Claw. What? See, that's
So
why I was
things
about to
got
stop.
better.
But
For a little while, at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence.
I'm gonna try to understand what goes
Firebreak
on.
was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
Okay, so I understand. Alright, that's basically all I want to know. I'm like I know what AIs are. Yellowstone. Yeah, that's all I want to know.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Ourea.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Ourea. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how
What?
he's doing.
Bro, there's still more stuff.
Everything's freezing. The ground, the air, me.
My chieftain,
Just Aloy.
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Ourea might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Ourea would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
Because of her, we destroyed the cauldron, forced out the daemon, and saved the spirit. She understood what had to be done.
Yes, and I failed to listen.
You didn't fail.
A shaman should always have the ear of their chieftain. Yet I turned her away, my own sister. I was foolish, but she knew better. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warrack can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the Cauldron?
Yes, Fire Claws. Now Tug has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could
That's
help with
his name.
those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
Sir, I don't want to hear
So,
it from
the
you.
signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. His minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You can stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
He sounds a little mad. Yeah, I know about you, Silence. Like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. But anyway, guys, yeah, this was... Let me check my quest. Yep, this was the end. Fire? Nah. Alright, this was the end of the Frozen Wilds DLC. So, I mean, I didn't know how long it would be. I did look it up, but never said anything. This was, I figured it was a short DLC. I figured it wasn't going to be very long. But anyway, I appreciate you for watching the Horizon Zero Dawn series and this series. Like I said, this video will be up tomorrow. I'm recording it this Tuesday night. I would edit it and ready to go to be uploaded tomorrow morning. Probably up around 10, maybe 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And then I won't upload until Friday. And Friday, we all know what that day is. Horizon Forbidden West. So, you guys need to get prepared. I'm very excited for that game. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for the love and support on this series and the Frozen Wilds as it is concluded. I've done everything Horizon Zero Dawn has to offer. I mean, I know I didn't do the side quests in this playthrough, but I did them in the last playthrough. I did the very first one. And I love the series. I can't wait to get into the Forbidden West. I've heard so many good things about it. It's getting great reviews. There's a few stupid, idiotic ones from Xbox fanboys, but it's fine. But anyway, guys, this is The Risen Dead 99 signing out.